This is Mark Cavalier coming to you live we announced just last week we are going to start doing a weekly Fortitude Friday updates, and we're still working out the details on that, but here we are. We're making it work one way or the other. I'm actually coming to you live from a parking lot in Las Cruces. So there's a lot going on this past week and coming up soon. So this weekend, I'm actually on my way to Albuquerque for the New Mexico Right to Life committee where the state of New Mexico is having their first ever gala, where I was asked to go and help to kind of MC and speak at the event. So I'm excited to do that. They've been doing a lot of really good work. I'm really good friends with the director, Ethel Mahard, who's doing some really amazing stuff, has a really exciting big announcement. And I'm really excited too to meet their guest speaker, Patricia Sandoval, who has been called the best pro-life, one of the best pro-life speakers really in the world, has a phenomenal story. And I kind of honestly was wanting to get her down to this area first, so they beat me to it. But hopefully we'll meet her there, and we can talk to her about maybe coming down and sharing her story with the Borderland area. So yeah, a lot of folks know her. Also stay tuned because we've got an event that we're planning that we've never done before. It's going to be on Father's Day weekend, June 19th. So save that date. We'll be announcing the details very soon, probably next week. So keep an ear out for that. It's going to be really, really exciting. We've never done anything like it. And I'm just thrilled. We're going to have some folks from the Houston Coalition for Life sharing a little bit about the successes with this type of event they've done. So we're going to make it work and happen and bring it to the borderland. And then the other big thing that I'm really excited about is that now, as of Good Friday, if you've been following the emails and all, is we now have a medical director for the state of New Mexico. And that has opened up a big door for us because I think I mentioned last week that as of right now, the Planned Parenthood in El Paso is actually not doing abortions currently. They're referring to Dr. Franz Theard, who's that notorious borderline abortionist. And then, of course, he just closed his primary Hilltop facility, so he's only operating. So right now, the only place in the borderland you can get abortions is at the Santa Teresa facility. And then even then, since we've been working with Abortion on Trial and getting a lot of complaints and things lodged, we think that it's because of some of that stuff that they're no longer doing surgical abortions. They're only doing medical abortions up to 9 weeks. So as of right now, I mean, this is amazing that the only abortions happening are in one location up to 9 weeks in the borderland, which is huge. So there's a lot of women who are not able to get them. And that's why it's been critical that we got this second medical director for the state of New Mexico so that we could park our new mobile unit there that we just launched in January. And offer the free medical care, free ultrasounds, for pregnancy tests. And we've already been seeing lives changed and hearts and minds changed. And that also opens up this door to bring our mobile unit now into New Mexico, which I think is important too, because of at least half of the funds that were raised came from the Las Cruces area community. And so I'm actually here in Las Cruces today with one of our board members. I'm sitting in the car. She's right here next to me, Ms. Lena Vidia. And I actually have been wanting to introduce folks to you, Lynn, for a while, just because I just love you and chatting with you. But can you tell people a little bit about like your family histories, like in the area, being involved in pro-life work?
Sure. My mom and dad got involved in pro-life work probably in the mid-70s.
Okay.
And at first they would go out and get arrested and everything, and we all thought they were crazy, but then we all kind of got on board with them with it. And eventually my mom particularly was the impetus behind starting the first pregnancy help center in Las Cruces. It was called AAA, and she named it AAA so it would be first in the yellow pages.
I love it.
And so they kind of started doing pregnancy tests and counseling. And I always tell Mark, I have a soft spot for Mark because my mom would have just loved you. She would have loved what you're doing, and she would have loved the way that we do it now, which is peacefully with prayer. That wasn't the way they did it back then. They had signs, and she never was real comfortable with that, and she would love this. So that's just been the heart of our family, of the pro-life movement. And so after my mom passed away, and as my dad is developed dementia, and I've been trying to kind of continue that family tradition. And I know mom and dad have even my mother posthumously has helped with this. I'm super excited about this ultrasound van. She would have thought that was just a dream that could never have happened. And I remember when Mark first brought it up, I thought, man, that's going to be tough, because it took a lot of fundraising, and he did it. And kudos to you, Mark, because you just blow my mind with your ability to do that. So, well,
the community, I just presented the idea. The community of El Paso and Las Cruces together made it possible. So, yeah, and honestly, that to me is a testament of the unity that's been building in the borderland. Absolutely. Because I really don't know if either one of the two communities on their own could have really made that possible.
Agree. And of course, God, all glory to God. Right. But yeah, absolutely. It's just beautiful. Again, and you're such a visionary, and your idea of bringing the whole area together has just been beautiful. I love it. I love that it just brings in all these resources, and it's just been great. And I'm excited, if it's okay if I say, sure, that they're going to have the ultrasound van at the cathedral, at Immaculate Heart of Mary Cathedral on Espina, on Sunday, before and after the Sunday masses. And I think that's going to be so great, because I want everybody to see this van. It is just so awesome. It is just, I live in it. It's beautiful. And I'm so excited for the people at the cathedral, because so many of them helped to raise money for it. So it's going to be really exciting to have everybody see it. It's just awesome. And what you just said, that there's not any abortions except for medical up to 9 weeks, I didn't know that till just now. And I'm almost in tears.
Well, it's working. I mean, that's a sign that it's working.
Totally.
It's working. I mean, you guys, you're making a difference by making all this possible, by your prayers, the people coming out to pray, by everyone who's made it possible for the mobile unit to be. And you know what? I mean, if we raised all this money and went through all this effort to get the mobile unit out on the sidewalk, and it ends up closing in like a month, like, was it worth it? Absolutely. I mean, like, folks, some of them were like, oh man, like, you know, if we're only operating this for a little, and I'm like, praise God, right? Like,
I keep feeling like the man driving up in front of the abortion clinic must strike terror in their hearts.
Oh yeah.
You know, they must. And I don't mean to bring any hate, but just the terror of knowing, because the truth is so profound. That is the truth.
Well, it's a fear of God. I mean, absolutely. It's like that's that good, healthy fear that, like, wow, like, and we've seen that actually. The first time, the first time we brought the mobile unit out, the abortionist Franz the Yard came out, and his jaw hit the asphalt. He was just like,
I'm sure. I mean,
what is this?
Yes. And how did they do this?
Right.
Because if we thought it couldn't, you know, if we had not doubts, I didn't really doubt you, Mark, but not everybody could pull that off. So it's so exciting.
Well, it was a big vision. Even when I started, I remember announcing a couple of years ago, and I was just like, how the heck is this actually going to come together? I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. You know, God put it on our hearts, and he made it a reality. So, I mean, yeah, it's just a testament of I think, the beautiful, vibrant faith community really stepping up.
Amen. Yes.
And so, okay, so this weekend, it's going to be in Las Cruces at the Immaculate Heart of Mary Cathedral, which is, what's this address there?
1240 South Espina.
1240 South Espina. It'll be there all day before and after every mass. So anybody who may need a free ultrasound, free pregnancy test, that they could get that there. Or if you just want to tour the van,
right?
Come take a tour of it, see what your prayers and supports made possible.
Yes.
By the way, anyone who's watching, feel free to comment anything.
And I can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
It has a 4D ultrasound.
Yes.
That is not something everybody can get. So if you're pregnant and you just want to come see your baby on 4D, come by. It's free. It's easy.
I'll never get tired of telling the stories, but we had an amazing donor who's requested to stay anonymous, who heard about the vision of the unit. We just raised the funds for the van, but the ultrasound machine is another, $40,000 investment in addition to that.
Right.
But God moved him to say, this needs to happen. You go out, get yourself the Cadillac of ultrasound machines, is what he said, and don't worry about it. So we did exactly that, and it's an amazing machine. Does 4D. So 4D means it's 3D, but in time. So it's not just a still 3D image. It's it moves. There's motion.
And you can see what the baby looks like. You can see which parent the baby looks like.
Right.
So it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful because it's an absolute window to the moon.
And I haven't. I'll have to share this with you after in the live stream, because I don't want to announce anything prematurely, but just the past week, because of that technology from this 4D ultrasound machine, I learned about a new application of using some really slick technology that is mind-blowing, and no one in the pro-life world is doing it. And I'm so excited, and I don't want to announce it yet because we still have to test some things, make sure it actually will work, the crazy idea that I got. But So stay tuned though, because it's super exciting.
Mark,
and
I love your crazy ideas. They always come to fruition.
Yeah, so well, one I've already talked about before, which is, and we're still working on this too. But I have talked about this is that because this takes a 3D scan, you can actually hook this up to like those new 3D printers.
Oh,
Have you
make
seen
a
those?
model.
And or you can even send the file. So we thought about getting the 3D scan. If you get a good scan, you can send the file, say to a pregnancy center or something. And those 3D printers are not that expensive anymore. This desktop.
Now
And
that's not what you're.
well, no,
waiting
well
to
that's
know.
one idea, but
Okay.
I've talked about
You have
this.
another idea.
I have another idea. This I talked about.
That's awesome.
That it is awesome.
Yeah.
That I talked about at the banquet. It's a little hard to execute though because the printers take 3 or 4 hours to print the model.
Right.
But essentially though, it prints. The 3D printers makes a real life-size model of the baby,
face,
like the little fetal models that you get.
Yes.
So you can hold it, and it's your baby.
It's your baby. Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So how cool would that be? That you could not just give them an image, but you could say, "Here's a little model you can take and keep of your baby." So that's one idea that we're gonna see if we can utilize that technology. But yeah, there is another one too that I'll tell you secretly. No, so you'll have to stay. You'll have to stay tuned.
So don't call me and ask me.
But as soon as we know that yes, this is something that we'll be able to use, then I'll announce it. So that's exciting.
Awesome. That's great.
So so yes, this weekend, Sunday, all day at the Immaculate Heart of Mary Cathedral in Las Cruces.
First mass is at 8 a.m. I think. Last mass is at 1 p.m. So I think they'll be there before and after and during all the masses.
Okay, so probably around 7:30 till like 2:33 or so. Okay. So this Sunday, Las Cruces, check it out. And if you're in a position at any other churches in the area or in El Paso, and you would like to see the movie and come to your church, give us a call. Send us an email, coalition@southwest.life. Drop us a message on Facebook. You can call us toll-free 833-388-LIFE. And you'll get a hold of Sarah and our office manager, and she can help put that on so that we can help make that a reality. And that is important. We got Andy commenting saying that's an amazing idea. Thank you, Andy. Andy's a great prayer warrior, always out there in Santa Teresa. Thank you, Andy, for all your prayers. So I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying if they wanted to bring the van.
Yes. So because up to 1/3, no, it's more than 70% of women who go in for abortion have some kind of faith background, and many of them have actually been in the church pew in the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
And so what happens is either they're not hearing the pro-life message from the pulpit.
Right.
So that tells them that either this is it's okay because I've never heard on my church say otherwise.
It's implied consent, right?
Or that it's too big of a sin. It's too big of a sin because if we don't even want to talk about it,
it's so bad.
It's so bad that they won't talk about it, and we're even more like ashamed of it. Oh. And so, thanks, Lawrence, for jumping in with Nights on Bikes. See you commenting there from Facebook. And thanks for all your prayers and support. So if we can bring this, just like sometimes you hear at churches, oh, we got the blood bus is going to be coming on this weekend or whatever. We can announce it and so we've been announcing for 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
At the cathedral that this is going to be there. And so anyone at the church who needs it, we're hoping that is actually a proactive way to intercept a lot of women. In fact, the former Planned Parenthood director, Abby Johnson, she has said that while she was there at Planned Parenthood, it was not uncommon for women to be up on the abortion table with either a Bible or a rosary in their hands while they were getting abortion.
And by the way, you don't have to be abortion minded to come and see the van and have an ultrasound. If you just we want all of our church community. If anybody's pregnant, just wants to see their baby. So it's not just limited to abortion minded women.
And on that note, especially right now, because we still have some of our sonographers, we have a nurse that we're training.
Right.
And they have, the sonographers and our nurse, they have to get at least like 75 scans in before they can be independent doing like the clinicals and the practice. So they've been getting a lot over the last few months, but we have an ongoing need for pregnant models to volunteer their time to come on so that she can practice and get better at the ultrasound scans.
Right. So you're actually helping.
Yeah. So you're actually helping. So it's free for you. You'll get images. Oh my gosh. And then we also finally got last thing, and then we'll wrap it up right around the 15-minute mark. But we just launched too, and this was something we've been planning from the beginning. But Janine, our sonographer from here in Las Cruces, she helped set up an amazing technology where if someone comes on and gets scans and videos of their baby, with a click of a button on the ultrasound machine, it'll send a text message to the girl's phone, and it's a link, and as a text message, she clicks the link, and there's a whole mobile portal there with all her images. It's a super professional page. It's got the Her Care Connection, which is our mobile unit program and outreach program. It's got all her images, all her videos. She can download those. She can share those to Facebook. She can share them to Twitter, wherever she wants. And
that's great.
It's so cool. And it's all HIPAA compliant and things like that. But the more we can put those images in her hands and make her willing to share those with friends and family, the more she's committing and bonding with baby.
Absolutely.
And that's game changing.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that being any other thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I'm just excited, and I just thank you, Mark, for all your hard work, and I really encourage you all, please spread the word. Come take a look.
So I'm super excited that you guys got to meet Lynn, who is one of our board members, our sports secretary, and has been just a critical, huge part of the pro life movement long before I was around, even in the area.
Well, I'm a little older, so
oh no. And so you got to meet Lynn, hear a little bit about all this starting here in Las Cruces. In fact, we're not too far from where I think we probably first met, on the sidewalk out, which is now the closed abortion facility that closed in Las Cruces.
Yes.
And then so this weekend the mobile unit is coming to the IHM Cathedral. And then tonight, I think I put a link in the description, but go check out. I'm not sure if it'll be live streamed or not, but if it's live streamed, you definitely will want to watch the testimony tonight for the New Mexico Right to Life Gala from Patricia Sandoval.
That she is fantastic.
Yeah,
she's awesome. And I've been hoping we could get her here in Las Cruces. I was bugging Father Bill about that, in fact, so I think it'd be awesome if we could get her down here. That'd be great. She's an awesome speaker.
I'll put the bug in her, because we do have also that event coming up, big awesome event, June 19th. Yes. More details to be announced next week.
And she's bilingual, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right, well guys, God bless. Thank you for your prayers and support, and we'll see you next week for Fortitude Fridays every week. Take care.